Hello and welcome here to Talking CB and welcome back to the channel, and I have returned to the channel on a very special day for Barcelona. And first of all guys, as always now, I'm very sorry for the delay on the video. Of course, I haven't been here now for quite a few matches, it has to be said. So what I decided to do is to actually revert back to the old format. Those of you who have been subscribed for quite a while, firstly, many thanks for putting up with me and having that patience. Second of all though, you would have realised that the videos were a lot like this in the past. They were basically me just talking, there's a picture on the screen, it's not great, there's not fancy editing, but what I am doing is talking about Barca, everybody's getting involved, it's the same sort of setup, just less glamorous. So what this allows me to do is make more videos, be much more consistent, because it's a lot less time consuming than making those videos, which do take a long time to create, to edit them, to put in the different things that go into those videos, as opposed to this type of video, which is basically just audio and is more like a podcast type video. So please let me know guys, this is okay with you. I hope that you still like it all the same, and let's get down to business now, discussing Barcelona against Atlético Madrid. This is a game that, of course, we've had some difficult results in previous weeks. We got destroyed by Paris Saint-Germain. After that, of course, we were all expecting us to bounce back against Leganes and hit them for 5-6 goals. Didn't happen. We were very unconvincing at the Camp Nou. There were some whistles directed at Andre Gomez. There was whistles at Luis Enrique, but also some fans in support of the Barcelona coach in the stadium as well. So there's a little bit of divide, really, and there was a lot of, talk about players giving up, possibly not believing in this team under the coach. What we saw today in Atlético Madrid was a group of players that are still fighting for their manager. Make no mistake about that. These group of players understand what Luis Enrique has given us. He's given us a very successful 3 years in his tenure. He's been fantastic to us as a player, of course, back in the day, and they want him to go out in the very best way possible. I still believe that Luis Enrique at the end of the season, regardless of what's happened this season, would have said, you know what, it's time for me. I've taken this team as far as they can go. 3 years in the Barcelona job is a very long time for any coach. Pep only stayed here for 4 years and he was incredibly successful. So it does take it out of you. I think Luis Enrique will depart at the end of the season, whatever happens. But what we've got to do, and what those players have got to do, is give him the best possible send-off. Because despite what people think, he deserves that. He deserves our respect, and he certainly deserved that today. Because what he did was, he changed the system around. We've had a lot of problems at full-back areas in recent weeks, particularly in Paris Saint-Germain. The right-back area got absolutely exposed. Julian Draxler against Sergio, but it was a complete mismatch, and that resulted in us really taking a bit of annihilation in Paris. Luis Enrique today decided to go to 3 at the back. He went Mathieu, Piqué and Umtiti, and those three, you have to say, were very solid. Against Griezmann, Gamera, who destroyed Bayer Leverkusen in the week. Gamera scored a hat-trick in Sporting Gijón the week before that. But those three defenders, Mathieu, Piqué and Umtiti, all played very well today. They were very comfortable. Clearly Luis Enrique had the first free week in quite a while to prepare his team. Usually we got a midweek game. We didn't this week though, which is so key. So clearly all week he's been working on this 3 at the back system. And for people who say that he can't really perform tactically, we saw that today. He was up against a phenomenal manager in Diego Simeone, yet he got his tactics spot on. We went with 3 at the back. We went with then the midfield players. Rafinha was brought into the midfield, which is such a big decision, and it worked out to be absolutely crucial. We had Iniesta in there, Busquets, and then of course the front 3 with Messi, Suarez and Neymar. But what Luis Enrique seems to have got into that front 3 is Neymar working so much harder. And he is somebody who, over the past few weeks, deserves enormous credit. In the PSG game, for me, along with Ter Stegen, he was the only player who never gave up. He didn't stop running. Today was no different from that. Defensively, he tracked back, he was getting involved in tackles, he was pressing, he was harrying, he was trying to win the ball back at every opportunity, and it was so key today when Neymar picked up the ball. He was getting us out. He was getting us up the pitch, getting and taking the weight of our defence. He was dribbling today, was outstanding. He was drawing fouls, he was soaking up pressure, he was, gaining a bit of time at the end of the match. We really needed it, and he was terrific today in his overall play. And like I say, the other man, Ter Stegen, what a phenomenal first half he had. There's absolutely stunning save from Antoine Griezmann. He had it about 25 yards out on his unnatural right foot, struck it towards the top goal corner, and what a save from Ter Stegen it was. And he came to our rescue a number of other times. In that first half, Atletico did have probably the majority of the ball, which is not like us, but at the Calderón, the fans are very close to the pitch. They're very passionate. You can have to soak up some pressure, and I thought that the back 3 and the midfield did that very well. And then at half-time, we sort of regrouped. In that first half as well, by the way, a goal disallowed from Suarez, which was debatable. There was a bit of pushing, there was a few, close blows to the goalkeeper, but there wasn't an awful lot wrong with that first goal, but it was disallowed, so clearly we were not quite in on that one. The luck didn't quite go our way. Unai Emeagwali, the referee, didn't have the best game. He was whipping cards out left, right and centre. Not often enough, though. I think, Atletico constantly fouled throughout the game, particularly on Neymar, like they always do. But again, in that first half, we had another big chance. It came to Gerard Piqué. The corner was swung in. Piqué rose highest. And again, forcing a good save from Jan Oblak. And I think we had some decent chances in that first half, despite probably being the second best side. But in that second half, we performed really, really well. We kept, working very, very hard. And that is one difference today that I saw compared to the PSG game. Today we worked very, very hard. We were very, very controlled in our pressing. We made sure that Atletico didn't have the opportunities in that second half to sort of break against us. We asserted a bit more control in that second half, and we spent the majority of that game in Atletico Madrid's half. And I think what you have to say about the front three, particularly Luis Suarez today, when that ball went into him, he made sure that he kept it. He kept it, he absolutely worked tirelessly to stop Savic and Godin getting that ball. Every time it went into him, he'd make sure he'd stuck, he'd lay it off to Messi, he'd lay it to Suarez. In a game like that, that's so important. What we did today was maybe not so glamorous. Some people won't like the performance, but when you go with the Vicente Calderón against a team like Atletico Madrid, you need to work hard, you need to win your 50-50s, you need to be physically very, very strong, mentally very, very strong as well. That's what those players were today. They gave 110% from the word go, and they were terrific. They worked so hard, they played for the badge. They showed a lot of pride, a lot of passion, and we can certainly be proud of that performance. It may not have been the prettiest performance you've ever seen. The goals may not have been passing football at its absolute finest, but we worked very, very hard in the moments. We took our chances, and we were very, very strong against a team that is a very, very good side, and will no doubt be challenging for the Champions League, Atletico Madrid. Today we went to their ground, the last time we'll ever go there in their history. They're moving to a new stadium next season. It was a very, very, very good win. The first goal came from Rafinha, who, like I say, very, very good inclusion by Luis Enrique. Rafinha worked very, very hard all game. He, like Neymar, when he picked the ball, he managed to get us out of trouble. His passing was pretty precise. He was very, very energetic in that midfield. It worked very, very nicely. Sometimes he'd go out wide, sometimes more central. But for the goal, he was in the box. He had a few shots. It was a few ricochets. Luis Suarez again involved. And it gets cut back, deflected to Rafinha. And he calmly finishes with his weaker foot, his weaker right foot. Places it past Jan Oblak. And it was really, really great to see a goal like that go in. We had the lead. And then it felt like we needed to hang on to that, because you felt like one goal would be enough. Unfortunately, straight down the other end, Atletico Madrid get a free kick in a pretty dangerous area. You know what they're like from set pieces. To be fair, all game long, they had a number of corners, a number of free kicks. We defended most of them very, very well indeed. But this one was just too good. The ball in from Koke was an absolutely stunning ball. All it needed was a nick from someone. And there he was again, Diego Godin. We've seen him a few times over the years scoring against us. He did it again today. And at that point, you thought, right, 1-1, not an awful lot of time left on the clock, about 10-15 minutes to go. Can we respond? And for some reason, despite the results that we've had of late, we've not been convincing, we've not been brilliant, but I still felt within myself that, you know what, we can go and win this game. These players today look on it, they look focused, and we could do it. And you always felt like Messi would have some sort of impact of the game, because he was unusually quiet. Neymar was having most of the ball for us. He was the one making things happen. His dribbling got us out of trouble on a number of occasions, but you just felt like Messi would have some sort of impact on the game. And it came, and it was absolutely brilliant the way that it came about. Again, it was from a corner. We were pressuring Atletico Madrid. We were making sure that we got in their half and staying there. The corner comes in, and it was then, sort of bobbling around. It comes out to Ivan Rakitic, who is brought on by Luis Enrique. Very, very good substitutions again today, Luis Enrique. At times, he doesn't always get them right, but today, Lucas Digne came on, Rakitic came on, good substitutions. Gomez came on later on as well and didn't do too bad, to be fair. Rakitic heads it back into the danger. Again, Luis Suarez is involved in the goal. He waits. He's the one getting to the byline until he's got the ball. He waits very, very patiently, plays in Luis Suarez at the byline. He pulls it back. Lionel Messi's there. He has one strike and it's blocked, but he follows it up immediately and drills it into the back of the net. And with a few minutes to go, that was it. That was game over. It was nervy the last few minutes, but that goal was an absolutely monumental goal in our quest for the title, but also in terms of the general atmosphere around the club. PSG is only just around the corner of the second leg, and yes, we're we're 4-0 down. Yes, the tie looks near enough dead and buried. But at the end of the day, there's always that feeling that we are Barcelona. We can do this. We're a team who, in the last few years, have created history for these type of things. When we came back from the Milan defeat, that was a 2-0 deficit. We overturned that, the first team ever to do it. What's to say that we couldn't do it again? It's a long shot. We're a long way from it right now. But if we can start momentum going again, if we can get that inner self-belief back, there is something on that night of the Camp Nou that could be something very, very special if we get it right on the night. Tonight, Luis Enrique got it spot on with his tactics. His substitutions were very good. The players on the pitch gave everything. They gave every ounce of what they needed, and that was exactly what we demanded of them today. They did us proud. We can be very, very proud with that performance. Very, very proud with that 3 points. It was a vital, vital win today. For now, we're top of the league. Real Madrid go to Villarreal tonight. Their game in hand, apart from that one, is at Celta Vigo. So by no means is this league over. We go to the Bernabeu as well before the end of the season is up. Do not count us out just yet. We're still in the fight. Leave your thoughts down below. I'll see you very, very soon. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.